Most people chase money as if it's the goal. But money isn't a goal, it's a receipt. A silent note that says, "Thank you for the value you created." The problem is, most of the world wants the receipt without the work that earns it. They chase income before impact, profit before principle, speed before substance. And in doing so, they forget that money runs out when meaning does. True wealth is never about the transaction. It's about the transformation you cause in others, the kind that keeps paying you back in trust, loyalty, and legacy long after the first sale is forgotten. Anyone can make money once, but the rare ones build value so real, so consistent, so human that it compounds beyond their lifetime. That's the art of wealth that outlasts money. It begins with understanding one truth. Money follows energy. If your work feels heavy, forced, transactional, it eventually slows. But when your work flows from clarity, creativity, and contribution, it builds momentum that can't be faked. The energy behind what you do is the invisible hand that moves results long after you've stepped away. When you build value, you stop needing to sell. Your presence itself becomes persuasive. Think of the people and brands that live beyond the moment. They don't compete for attention, they command respect, because they've given so much value for so long that the world owes them trust. They've become part of the emotional landscape of the people they serve. That's the highest form of wealth, being remembered not for what you took, but for what you gave. Every entrepreneur faces this choice at some point. Do I want to be profitable now or valuable forever? If you pick the second, the first eventually takes care of itself, because profit is what happens when value becomes visible. So how do you build value that outlasts money? It starts with alignment. When your work aligns with your values, it carries a frequency of authenticity that can't be manufactured. People may not articulate it, but they feel it. Authenticity is silent magnetism. It draws the right audience, the right partners, and the right opportunities. But when you act out of fear or imitation, you may make money, yet lose momentum, because the energy is off. The goal isn't to sell what sells. It's to build something that matters enough to sell itself through trust. That means shifting from extraction to expression. Don't ask, what can I take from the market? Ask, what can I give to the market that it didn't even know it needed? That's the birthplace of innovation. When contribution replaces competition, you become irreplaceable the moment you give more value than the world expects, because expectation limits others. Generosity liberates you. The great founders understood this instinctively. They weren't chasing attention. They were obsessed with mastery. They refined, simplified, and systemized until excellence became effortless, and that consistency turned into reputation. Reputation became trust. Trust became wealth. That's the real sequence. Not earn first, but serve first. When you serve deeply and repeatedly, the universe does your marketing for you. We've been taught that value is what the market pays for. But real value is what the market remembers. It's the feeling people associate with your name, your brand, your work. That memory outlives any invoice. Look at any company that's lasted decades. Check está Frida Kermaya. Their balance sheets change, but their ethos doesn't. They keep solving the same problem in newer, better ways. That's the secret. Consistency in purpose, creativity in delivery. You build value by staying loyal to your mission, even when methods evolve. In your personal brand, it's the same. Your reliability becomes your reputation, and your reputation becomes your revenue, long after the campaign ends. Because in business, trust compounds faster than interest. So build trust every day in small, quiet ways. Show up on time, keep promises, respond thoughtfully, deliver more than agreed. It's not glamorous, but it's unstoppable. Every act of reliability deposits into your long-term wealth account. If money is oxygen, value is the ecosystem. Without the second, the first is meaningless. Many chase passive income. Few understand that passive income comes from active integrity. The systems you build, the products you refine, the people you train, all these are extensions of your consistency. The calmer and clearer your energy, the longer your impact lasts. Think about the way craftsmen used to work. Slowly, deliberately, with reverence for quality they built for generations, not quarters. That's why their creations became heirlooms. Your business can be the same, if you prioritize mastery over metrics. Every time you choose excellence over expedience, You add invisible interest to your future. Every time you resist the urge to chase trends and instead deepen your craft, you reinforce your brand's gravity. It's slow work, but it's sacred work. Because value isn't loud, it's lasting. The loud disappear when the algorithm changes. The lasting adapt because their foundation is deeper than visibility. When you think long enough, you stop fearing obscurity. You realize obscurity is where substance grows, and substance, once formed, doesn't fade. So stop asking, how do I make more? Start asking, how do I matter more? Because when you matter, you'll never have to beg for relevance, you'll simply embody it. The paradox of wealth is this: the more you chase it, the faster it runs. The more you create value, the faster it finds you. The greatest leverage on earth is not capital, it's character. Capital without character collapses. Character creates new capital endlessly. That's why the calm entrepreneur wins in the long run. They aren't reactive, they're rooted. They don't need to prove, they simply become proof. They build slowly, intentionally, without apology for their pace. Because they understand, value that's rushed never ripens. There's a rhythm to creation, pressure distorts it, presence amplifies it. And presence is cultivated through stillness. The willingness to pause, to reflect, to refine before reacting. That's where timeless value is born, in quiet rooms, inside focused minds. When the world feels like it's shouting, go silent. When the market feels overcrowded, go inward. Find the piece of the puzzle that only you can complete, because uniqueness is the truest value. It can't be copied, only cultivated. And when your work becomes an extension of your essence, its worth becomes immeasurable. The world doesn't remember the richest, it remembers the most valuable, not the loudest, the most consistent, not the biggest, the most aligned. So focus less on your next sale and more on your next standard. Raise it, repeat it, reinforce it. Because wealth that lasts isn't built on transactions, it's built on transformation. And transformation doesn't expire. When you're gone, your numbers will fade, but your name, if it stands for integrity, quality, and calm consistency, will keep earning for you in trust, in memory, in meaning. That's the kind of value no recession can erase. That's the kind of wealth no market can measure. You build it slowly, you maintain it quietly, you live it daily. And when you do, money stops being the goal. It becomes the side effect of purpose well served. That's how you build value that outlasts money. That's how you turn every day of work into a legacy.